Hello Wargamers, I'm Invasive Ramnus and welcome to the first installment of my Farsight Enclaves supplement review. In this video I'm going to be talking about Warlord traits and the Army special rules for Farsight Enclaves. If you like the video, I think you know what to do, and of course your comments and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. In the future episodes I will talk about the signature systems available to Farsight Enclave armies. I will talk about the new units that are introduced, basically the special characters for the Farsight retinue, and then also talk about the Altar of War and other missions included in the back of the book. So that's the plan for this mini-series on my channel, and I hope you check out this video and future videos on the subject. Alright, so of course the cover is amazing, right? It has this nice dust jacket and lots of great fluff content as well. That's great dioramas. There we go. This is what we're looking for. The Farsight Enclaves Army Special Rule. So they have Battlesuit Spearhead, which basically makes Crisis Suit teams troop choices, but you have to include at least one unit of 3 suits in your army. So that's not too bad. I mean, most people that are going to take a Farsight Enclaves army are doing it at least in part because they want to use Crisis Suits as troops, so that is fair. Orc Hunters, you have preferred enemy orcs in close combat attacks, which, you know, that's okay. Basically, you know, you don't want to get into close combat, but if you do, having preferred enemy doesn't hurt. Talisera Bond, all units that can take the bonding knife ritual must do so. So that's really the biggest downside of taking a Farsight Enclaves army, is that you have to pay the bonding tax for every unit that can, which is quite a few. Signature systems, your Riptides can take signature systems, but other than that, everyone has to use these signature systems that are in the supplement book. Farsight's commander team, basically, instead of taking a retinue of 7 crisis suits like he does in the standard Tau Empire Codex, Farsight takes his special retinue of all these various special characters that I will discuss in future installments of this mini-series. Divergent Destiny, a Farsight Enclaves army cannot include Anva or Commander Shadowsun, so that's another drawback, but I don't like Anva to begin with, and Commander Shadowsun, you know, she has her utility, but at the same time, you know, I can live with not having Commander Shadowsun in my Farsight Enclaves army because Farsight is just that cool. So it works out okay in my book. Allies, basically, Tau Empire and Farsight Enclaves can be battle brothers in their you know, in the Allies matrix. So that's good. You can ally Tau with your Tau and not suffer any penalties. Okay, and then for Warlord traits, Warlord traits are okay. I think that the Warlord traits in the standard Tau Codex are much better, but that's not saying that much because the Tau Warlord traits are probably the best in the game right now. So it's kind of hard to beat, but these are still pretty good. Way of the Short Blade. The Warlord has weapon skill 5. If your Warlord is not equipped with the battlesuit, reroll this result. So basically that makes sense for your close combat crisis suit commander. But still, you know, weapon skill 5, you generally don't want to have your Tau in close combat. So but yeah, so that'd be good if you had a crisis commander with fusion blades, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, Echoes of the Grandmaster. The Warlord has one of the following special rules: Choose one as soon as the Warlord trait is rolled. Counterattack, Furious Charge, Monster Hunter, Stubborn, or Tank Hunter. So basically this is the pure type Engram Neuro chip without having the ability to change the rules every turn. It's the poor man's pure type Engram Neuro chip. But since Farsight Enclaves don't have access to the pure type Engram Neuro chip, this is a really good Warlord trait to have. It just doesn't offer you the flexibility that the Neuro chip does. Alright, the Way of the Broken Sword. When used only, declare your Warlord is using this ability at the start of one of your opponent's turns. Your opponent has a -1 modifier to reserve rolls he makes this turn. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's one turn only, so you'd probably want to use it on your third turn, seeing as using it to make a 3-4 instead of a 2-3. Or you know what? I don't know. Maybe it would be better to use it on your second turn. But either way, it's one use only, and long-time viewers of my channel know how I feel about one use only traits, but it's still pretty good. Anytime that you can manipulate an opponent's reserve rolls, that's pretty good. That's nice. The Fire Unquenchable. The Warlord has the Fearless special rule. All friendly units from Codex Tau Empire within 6 inches of the Warlord have the Stubborn special rule. So that's okay, but I mean, essentially Ethereal can do a better job of dishing out Stubborn, so that's pretty ho-hum in my opinion. Counter Crisis. XV8 Crisis teams have +1 modifier to their reserve rolls. So this is good again because it modifies your reserve rolls, but at the same time, it really depends on how much you use Crisis Suits in a Deep Strike. Use Crisis Suits for Deep Strike. So this would be good if you have a few units of Crisis Suits that are just supposed to Deep Strike in at the end of the game to claim an objective. Actually, no, it would be bad if you had a if you had some crises that you wanted to jump in at the end of the game, because this would accelerate their inclusion into the game. So really, this is just good at bringing crisis suits on earlier, which can be good if you have something like fusion blasters that you need to take out a vehicle early on. So that's what this would be good for. So yeah, but still a relatively good trait. Through Surety Destruction, one use only. Yeah, there you go. One use only, declare your Warlord is using this ability at the start of one of your shooting phases. For the duration of the phase, the Warlord and his unit have the Shred special roll. So that's cool. Again, it's one use only, but having Shred can be useful. You know, unless, like, especially if you put your Warlord with a unit that doesn't have low AP weaponry or something like that. Having Shred is definitely nice. So yeah, I think probably the best Warlord traits here are going to be the Echoes of the Grandmaster, rolling a 2, so that's your poor man's Neuro chip, and maybe Way of the Broken Sword. I think those are probably the two better ones, just because if you can delay your enemy from coming on the board, that's pretty useful. Allows you to focus fire down more important targets earlier on and not have to deal with pesky reserves. So there you go. That's my first review of the Farsight supplement. Stay tuned for videos talking about the Farsight Retinue, the signature systems, and then the special missions included in the back of the book here, which there are a lot of. So that'll be an interesting video to talk about. All right, thanks for watching and happy wargaming.